Well, looks like I came across something that I decided that I wanted. So much for no gaming video this week. Bit of a zoomed out view there, but we'll give it a go and shout and project a little bit more than normal. Right, so I picked up just a couple things in the last week or so that I thought I'd just quickly show you before we get into the main event, which hopefully, fingers crossed, is going to be awesome. So, I think I mentioned it last week, or I got this about a week ago. It is Luke Skywalker's Lego Landspeeder from A New Hope. I think this came out for like £13 on Vinted, so it would have been about £16, £17 delivered. And I was just like, yeah, that's kind of a core memory unlocked for me. So I remember having something like this when I was a kid, when all those films kind of got re-released in the cinemas in the late 90s. That's where my Star Wars love came from. But I was so quick to go, oh, I need that, I really want that. So I was thinking, oh, it's small Lego pieces, can easily sit on these bookcases. And then I got it, and yes, it is battered as described, and it's near complete. There's a couple of accessories missing. But then I saw Disney, and I saw the Death Trooper, and I was just like, this is a re-release. I didn't realise they re-released stuff, probably just to hit people like me, the nostalgia. I have no idea where my original Lego went. I'm pretty sure I had a Y-Wing, I think. I don't know why I ended up with the Y-Wing bomber, but I did. I remember that, having that as Lego, and the land speeder. I'm not quite sure what else off my head. Nothing huge, but I had a few Lego Star Wars pieces, and they just all would have gone to time, I guess. So it would be nice to have a few bits there. And the next piece, just to slowly but surely continue on my Doctor Who theme, I got the complete 4th series from New Who, David Tennant and Catherine Tate. That's who it was, yeah. So I remember watching these. I would have been a teenager. I really enjoyed all the New Who stuff. It was really good, especially David Tennant. I think he did at least 4 seasons, whatever you want to call them, at least, maybe 3. Yeah, so I've got the 2nd, 3rd, and now the 4th. I ordered this from World of Books on eBay, and like Music Magpie, they can be incredibly cheap, and they offer a free postage. So this was like £3.50 free delivery, and I'm pretty sure CEX1, like, even if they want £4 for it, it's still cheaper and it's delivered. £4, £5 or £6 maybe they want for it. You don't see the item itself. It's just either used. I don't know if there's a condition attached to it, but this is, I'd say, very good condition. I think that side has had a bit of sun bleaching. Not that bothered. I was just hoping that I would get the kind of a holographic slip. It's not lenticular, but it's still nice. So I'll have that collection and move those along. So that's awesome. Hello and welcome back to a quick CEX roulette section of this week's video. So I'll give you a little bit of background into this, which has just popped through the door. For the most part, this is a really obscure Xbox 360 racing game, though I have no idea if it's on any other consoles. And I'm sure at one point it went up to about either 18 or 20 or maybe even 20 something pounds. And I was trying to update the list of games or things that I want at the weekend, and I came across this for £6. And I was just like, oh, that's taking a big dive. At some point that's going to go up here. It has to. As far as I'm aware, it is a one-off game. It's not a series or anything like that. No idea if it's backwards compatible, but I just thought, I'll get that. I've not ordered anything myself for an entire week. Well done me, pound the back. I'll get this, and with the CEX postage, that's £8.95, and it's cheaper than if I went onto eBay, because at the time on eBay they start at about £10, usually plus postage. So let's get into it. Whether this is going to be part of my week of kind of like shed upgrades, if they go well enough for me to even film, because my DIY skills are terrible, or whether this just gets into a more typical weekly gaming and pickup video, I don't know yet. But let's play some roulette. Obviously I'd like it to have the manual. I think it is complete. How's the condition? Decent. So it is Truck Racer for the Xbox 360. And there you go, £6. I left the price on there. I'm sure at some point it was a lot more than this. And it's complete. Awesome. Not a huge manual by any means, quite a slim one actually. But really, there's barely anything in here. I think there's one page of actual content, and the rest of it's just the credits and the health warnings and all the usual rubbish. So wow, to the manual. Just the one disc. This is really good. So CEX roulette good. I think the outer case, the plastic films, is quite damaged, but I think with a case swap that'll probably look quite good. But either way, this is a really cheap game at the moment, and if you want to pick it up. I'm sure this has crashed massively in price. I don't know how to go back in time, as it were, and look it up. I think there are websites that do that, but I don't know if you can search and do it. This wasn't something that I was keeping track of, because as it shot up during a few months ago, I was just like, that's probably going to be rubbish. I don't want it, I don't need it, I'm not going to put it on the list, especially if it's like 30 quid and only going up. So I'm pretty sure this is the game that I was thinking, it's just Truck Racer. So yeah, happy days, and I will give that a play. The 360 is not hooked up at the moment, but if it's backwards compatible, I'll put it into the Xbox One and give it a play. I bet it's awful, but really bad. But it's like those V8 Supercar Challenge ones, which are really bad. There's a little bit of fun to be had, but it doesn't mean they are good racing games. Anyway, moving on to the next section of this video. And we are back in the room, so let's get going once more. Don't lose me. There we go. Okay, so the main event, which I'm going to take pictures of, because if you can see that, I can basically get in there. Okay, the box has gone really soft. You know, it's definitely got a lot of moisture or something. It's just gone soft. So let's just take some preemptive pictures just in case it doesn't work. So without telling you exactly what it is, not on my list, which I know I still need to do another update video on them for anyone that is watching. It's not open, but not the best in the world. It looks like it's well packaged inside, but the box itself would just be so easy just to open, which I'll probably demonstrate in a minute. It's just got a bit soft. The price was just too good to pass up. So I have talked about all and possibly one of these in the past. So yeah, so the price, I think discounted, CEX want £100 for this, and I'll probably give you about £50 or £60, whether it's cash or voucher, something like that, discounted. So there was only 3 pictures. One of them was that it was working. The description was it's working perfectly, and I think the top picture, which wasn't exactly high res or anything, looked like there's a few marks, which is where I'm coming from with the discounted thing. So I'm expecting a few marks on this. Not perfect, but I'm expecting it to be in good working condition, right? I don't want it to be incredibly loud, or to read discs. Just work, not be bashed around in transit, hopefully. So let's get to it. Yeah, the sellotape's stronger than the cardboard. I don't think I'll be reusing this one. So yeah, a bit of a Christmas present to myself, which is naughty, which is bad. But in assuming that this all works and it's all good, I will sell probably my... Now I need to kind of maybe do a reinstall of that, because that's been freezing a little bit. I don't know whether it's because it's got an SSD in there or what's going on. Bag for life. It wouldn't be Vinted. It's a Vinted pickup. It wouldn't be Vinted if I didn't get Bag for Life. Games? Can't remember. What's crinkling? This? Was that going to go again? Bag for Life. So we're using Bag for Life as protection, which is fine. It's all good. So I can see the main event. We have got HDMI. Ultra high speed, don't you know? Seems like a slightly nicer one than the basics. I'll give you a little clue. It's got a figure 8 power lead. That narrows it down a little bit, possibly to a certain brand, to a certain era. Drop in the comments down below if you want to guess what it is. It did come with a controller. It did. Sorry, I'm getting really stuffy. Stuffy. Now in here is this looks quite nice. I think it's real. A metallic blue DualShock 3, which is very nice. Now this came up for like, I want to say 45 quid. And a decent real DualShock 3, well, 15, 20 quid at least. Now I've got a blue one. Now I'm going by the white ones I had last week that I did sell as kind of like third party potential fakes, because if you push the sticks up you couldn't then click them in, which is kind of like how you would typically sprint. You push the stick up and kind of push it in, and that's how you sprint, right? It was impossible. I couldn't do that in Black Ops at all. So that's why I think this blue one potentially real, which is kind of like a standard blue. This one's like a really nice metallic blue, so I couldn't pass that up. So I'll plug that in a minute. Sorry. Struggle bussing this last week. It's been a bit of a rough week in terms of illnesses. Then we just got loads and loads of like cut up cardboard. So fair play to the guy. So I did a quick eBay search and I found that he had also listed this on eBay for about 5 more. I just thought, well, I'm not getting any more protection. It is a private seller, so either way I'm not going to get any more protection. So the box itself might have been a bit soft and past it, but loads of padding, so high hopes. Ooh. It's always been on my radar because I had a PS2 in this colour, and that is super nostalgic to me. So it has had some stickers on, and it has got some residue and a bit of discolouring maybe. I don't know if maybe that'll polish back. You probably have to be quite aggressive with it, and I don't want to quite do that. Is that ever so slightly warped or bent? We are missing a hard drive cover, which in this colour might be a bit more expensive than a normal. 320 gig, that's what it's supposed to have. Excuse me whilst I piss around. Now we've got ourselves a silver PS3, and generally it looks pretty good. Now I think there was a top and a bottom picture of this. So on the top I could see kind of like it didn't look perfect. Yeah, so I could see that the top didn't look perfect. I'll try and put the pictures on. So I was thinking, straight away I was thinking, okay, this is probably going to be kind of like marked up. Going to be on the cheaper end, right? This is why he listed it at like, I think around £50 on eBay and around 45 on Vinted. Whereas others are probably, you're going to be paying typically more than that, right? This was cheap. And the fact that it potentially come with a real DualShock 3, which is kind of like metallic blue, which is really nice. I thought it was a bargain. I thought it's a good price by itself for console only. But the fact I got that as well, hopefully it's working. Did say it's working. On the bottom, we are missing a couple of pads and we're missing a couple of covers for the screws. So I don't know if this has been opened. Now where the warranty sticker on the PS3 Slim should be is also gone, I believe. And obviously, yeah, so that hard drive cover's gone. On the back, oh, I don't know who's been at this. On the bottom, no, I'm not going to see this, I'm not going to care. But it's got some proper deep scratches, really deep scratches. You can proper get your nail in them, really deep. Which is a shame, but never mind. Now, looking at the downward facing vents, I can't see a load like dust, which is nice. I can see a little bit through there. So this could obviously do with opening up and just cleaning out, as could all old consoles. So yeah, a fair few marks on the side and whatnot. Pop a bit of polish. That still looks quite, to me, presentable for about £45. Happy, nothing seems to be jingling around. Now, funnily enough, I went into a charity shop yesterday. I've not been in any real charity shop much for a few weeks now, properly. And by chance, they had 3 consoles sat on the counter. All of them, no leads, no power supplies or anything, no controllers. And there was just a PS3 Slim, just black one, an original PS3, and a 360. Both PS3s are 25 and a 360 was 10. I was tempted to be like, would you do me a bit of a deal, 50 quid for all of them kind of thing, but none of them had even power leads, and they looked rough. None of them were mints, right? If they were properly mint and they did me a small deal, I would have probably gone for it. That £10 360, it had the hard drive cover missing, and the hard drive was official to 250 gigs, so that was probably worth £10 asking price as it was. I could have tested it and sold on the console only, but I couldn't be bothered. I don't need any more of the standard consoles. That's not what we're doing here at the moment, and the price wasn't good enough. I certainly wouldn't go to a boot sale and pick those up on the off chance, you know, and kind of do that bit of a roulette, do these work, you know, that little bit of excitement. It wasn't worth it. Now obviously I could have then taken it back, but time, you know, for those consoles that didn't work, that would eventually have just been shifted on anyway, so absolutely pointless. So yeah, nice to come across this. I am going to try and plug this in right now, because I have a PS3 plugged in front of me, so I can just switch it, and we're going to plug in that controller, and I'm going to set you up, and we are going to see if this bad boy turns on. Do that. So, moment of truth, I have plugged it in, as you might be able to see, I'm not sure. Right, there's a TV on. Here goes nothing. Plugged in this as well, why not? Moment of truth, testing console, switching over to what is live. Beautiful, beautiful. This is good so far. Has he reset it? Moment, system settings. Now, bonus. The hard drive cover, the front, was loose. It was in the bottom of the box. Now, obviously, that has been... someone's either upgraded it or swapped this 320 back in. It's supposed to come with a 320. The different colour variants are supposed to. What can I do? What can I whack in that doesn't need a bloody updated play these days? Oh, no, I'll put in Black Ops. It's always a go-to when I'm testing something, just because it should, in theory, be a quick and easy get up and running, and you can just jump into a zombies or whatever, right? So I will probably just cut this down to the bits of it's working, thank God. And we're playing a desk. Good stuff, well done. There's some rough disk drive noises, or the disk noises at least. Well, we're playing seamlessly at the moment, and it's not actually going mad. I don't know why this is, if it's just trying to play it off of the disk, because it's not installed anything, because there's no updates, not installed to the hard drive, therefore it's just having a bit of a hard time trying to read it from the disk, because reading from the disk will be quite slow. Now it has the DualShock 3 got any battery if I unplug it. Yes, we're connected. Things are better connected. So this is really quite nice. I'll look it up. I'll put it on screen if I do find a separate listing. So obviously I've got the blue one behind me, which I'm umming and ahhing about whether it's real or not. And then there's this metallic one, which is a different variant of blue. From what I can tell, the writing's all straight. It looks real. The sticks feel fine. So yeah, I'm not going to sell this or trade it in. I'm just going to confirm this and keep it, and then sell. Well, I can't quite sell this one immediately because it's playing silly buggers at the moment. Well, I'll have to keep testing this one and move it on. I'm just going to not end up with any standard variants of consoles at this rate, which I'm not too unhappy about. There's something cool about having a different variant which is that much more limited edition or that much harder to come by, or has that much value, that much more value attached to it. Now I have the red one and the white one on my list. The silver one's kind of like a, yeah, I don't mind. That feels good. Sorry about the motion sickness there. How do you... oh yeah, it's a bit weird, bit different era, wasn't it? Feels nice. Yeah, I've got no problems with thinking that this is real. Is the volume turned down on the TV? I wouldn't expect to need that much volume. I've got no volume at the moment. Oh, it feels great. Control. But I need to find out why the fricky frack I haven't got any volume. I thought I got a little bit earlier. Why is it? Is that turned off? No, it's all turned way up full. What? Okay, I think I've had this before. I think I've had it in settings before. I changed something and it just clicked and suddenly the audio started working. Sound settings, yeah, okay, yeah. It might be set to something else. You do you, hon. HDMI, yeah, it is HDMI. Yeah, okay. I think I've had to do this before, and it just worked. It was fine. There we go. Now I'm getting the clicky clicks. Let's get back into the game. And just make sure I'm not going crazy. That's a bit of a weird one. Someone else just had it plugged in a different way, or set up to maybe like surround sound or something, or they had like a speaker bar plugged in, and because it's not been reset, it doesn't automatically go, oh, I'm not plugged into that anymore, I'm plugged into HDMI. That's where I put the sound output to. There you go. So I'm getting a little bit of experience with these things now. So all in all, I'm really happy with this pickup. I'll get it confirmed. I will probably put on, I don't know where I've put my phone now. Somewhere. What the hell? Yeah, so I will get this confirmed. Happy with it. Everything seems to be working. I can't, test it for days, and then if it fails, whatever, it is what it is. It's what is this? Probably a 12, 13-year-old console at this point. Maybe more than that. So I'm going to get some gameplay footage that I'll probably insert. That's just something else I'm trying out. So yeah, that is just hopefully relatively short pickups video for the week that I'll get out in a day or two. Thank you for joining. Leave some comments below. What do you think of this? Right, I had to. It was FOMO. I just had to get it. I've got another PS3 or whatever I can just sell on to get that money back. I'm happy with it. I've got a cool DualShock 3 out. I've got a metallic one. I want to get some of these DualShock 3 variants. There seems to be quite a lot of them. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Comment below what you think, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.